Hi darlings, thank you so much for joining me on my channel today. Today I have a second Bible journaling process in my traveler's notebook for you. And I am still journaling notes from coming of age. And I already did the first section from Ephesians 4:14. I will link that below if you missed it. So now I'm going to do my second entry for Hebrews 5:11 to 14. So I'm gonna work here. I've already taken out or cut out the pieces that I'm going to be using for this specific journal entry. And yeah, I'm going to put you on a fast forward and let's see how it turns out. Let's dig in. So the first thing I'm going to do here is I'm going to grab the watercolor dot card that came in this month's This I Know kit from ByTheWell4God. And I'm just going to make some splatters in the back of the page. This is just going to add some color and it's going to make sure that the page is not just stark white. Then I want to use this washi strip that also came with the devotional for this actual digital devotional. And I am going to just cut that out and I'm going to use some towards the top. This has all the colors of this digital devotional coming of age. And this is just going to tie in all the colors that I'm going to use on the page. And it's also going to create like a border towards the top so I can quote unquote anchor my header. So now I am actually adding my title, Spiritual Disciplines. And I'm also adding this little seed packet that has the verses that I'm focusing on for this entry, which is Hebrews chapter 5, verses 11 to 14. So I tucked that towards the back of Spiritual Disciplines. And now I'm going to zoom you in just a little bit closer so you can be up close and personal for the rest of this video. I loved the little glass gardens. I don't know the exact term for it, but the little glass gardens that were included in this kit, I love because it just speaks on all things about growth and just the beauty of God. And I love that. That's what it speaks to me at least. So over on the right hand side, I am going to use this growth. And I love that it symbolizes, spiritual maturity, what you achieve through spiritual disciplines, and I'm going to add that there. I also, off camera, had already written down a quote from Judy that says, "Spiritual adults grapple with the tough and deep things found in the Word, rather than just reading the basic, easy to understand verses." And when we talk about spiritual disciplines, I think it's very important for us to know that when we make spiritual disciplines a priority in our life, we grow, hence the word growth. But as spiritual adults, as we mature, we are looking for rooting ourselves deep in the Word and not just looking at the Bible for verses that make us feel good, but we're actually reading and studying and digging deep so we can be convicted by the Word of God. And so that's why I love this quote by Judy, and I wanted to add it to my entry. So I also added another little of those little garden globes towards the top that's dangling on the top right hand side. And now I'm using the little flowers that were on the seed packet that says Hebrews 5:11 to 14. I'm just adding them around. That way it can kind of bring together the flowers and the seed packet. And now I just write a short little prayer. Father, help me to continue to practice spiritual disciplines and be firm in the Word. I know that through study, I can develop spiritual maturity. Spiritual maturity is so important in these days. We need to be able to stand on truth. We need to be able to defend the gospel. And in order to do so, you need to know what you're talking about. So I reference back to the devotional just to make sure that I'm centering my prayer around that specific section that I want to journal about. Now I grab this, it's like a planner sticker book that I have because I wanted to add some boxes so I have a place to put the verse that really impacted me from the verses 11 to 14. So I grab 2 boxes and I grab a purple and blue one, and then I write down the verse. And then I'm going to use these little tau alphas to really make the word mature stick out. These are the words that I want to remember: spiritual disciplines, maturity, growth. All of these tie in together to what Judy is speaking about us being spiritual adults, and what Hebrews 5:11-14 is in essence trying to teach us in the Word of God. I love that this kit, that the kit from this month, This I Know, also matches this digital devotional, because I was able to use some of those elements over here and combine them together. I love how that turned out. So I add a date stamp. And then I saw that the right next to the bottom, towards the middle there, I had some white space. So I cut out a couple more elements to add to my page, just so it wouldn't be so white. Just cut this pretty fern out, and I'm going to layer them one on top of another right here. That is it, darlings. I love how it turned out. I am really loving that I was able to use some boxes to have the verse there. And I'm glad I used this little post-it note. That's a neat little trick that you can put your journaling on a post-it note and then just attach it to your entry. So that was super cool. I am loving this entry. I'm going to link everything below again, and thank you so much for joining me. If you are new here, I hope you consider subscribing. Hit that like button and the notification bell so you don't miss any of my videos. Thanks for watching and being here each and every video, darlings. God bless. Bye.